Review of the Monkees Live, the Mike and Mickey Show. It was released in 2020 and produced by Andrew Sando. So before I get into the album, this is my last Monkees album review. Next week will be the studio album ranking, and then after that I'm going to start reviewing The Doors. Again, I'd done their stuff at one point, but I didn't like any of those videos, so I'm going to redo all of their studio albums and a couple live albums and then rank them. So that's going to be the next thing. The Doors. So yeah, this album, I kind of have kind of an interesting story around getting this. I don't really remember like the exact story of how I saw it, but there was like an ad where that I saw that was like Mike Nesmith selling signed copies of these on his website. So I went there and I got one, and then I got like another thing that was like, oh well, he's doing these video meet and greets where you can have the like pay more and have the meet and greet with him while he signs the record. So I ended up doing that because I was getting, like, I got this, and then I got a box set of his solo stuff signed as well. And so I kind of like got to talk to him for a while he signed these. So I guess I'm going to talk about that a little bit because like my live album reviews are pretty short. Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience. It was kind of funny. He was like smoking this big blunt while we were talking, and he was like, "Does smoking bother you?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, it's kind of a silly question, really, because like we're talking over the computer and stuff." And he made a few jokes about that, which I thought was just really funny. I was pretty nervous to do the whole thing. Really, I don't know. It was just kind of weird talking to like somebody that you listen to on the records and stuff like that. And I kind of had smoked a little bit myself beforehand, so it's kind of like having this stoned conversation with a monkey, which was just like really surreal. But yeah, he asked like how I got into his music and stuff, so I kind of told him about like college and hearing about the Monkees and stuff in college, and I had gotten really into his first solo album, so like I talked a little bit about that. Yeah, it was just, he talked about like Hendrix and just kind of told some stories and stuff, and we talked a little guitar. He like looked at I showed him my 12 strings, so I kind of was kind of in the background. Yeah, I think the only song I think I asked him about was Magnolia Sims, and he said that it hadn't like come out exactly the way he wanted it to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember like a whole lot of the conversation. I have a video of it somewhere still, but I don't watch it a whole lot because I was just so awkward through the whole conversation that I don't enjoy watching it. But yeah, it was really cool to meet Mike. He couldn't have been nicer, and he actually threw in an extra record and signed it for me. I didn't get it out, but it's a live record of his solo band. And I told him that I liked the pedal steel guitar a lot, and he's like, "Oh, well, you got to hear this record. Have you heard this one?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, get him a copy." So he threw that in for me, which was really cool. So that was a really good experience, and yeah, I'm just really glad I got to meet Mike while he was still around. So, and yeah, it wasn't in person, but it was still cool to just get to talk to him and stuff. And so yeah. This album, and I also I saw their the last Mike and Mickey tour thing. I saw them in Northfield, I think it is, Northfield, Ohio. It was in this big like casino. I also saw Yes featuring Anderson, Rabin, and Wakeman like in the same venue. So I've been there twice. And that was a good show. You could tell Mike wasn't doing that well health-wise through the whole show, but he sounded good. So anyway, that's kind of side rambling, not really about this album, but similar lineup and stuff to this album. And that was a good show. So those are kind of my Monkees stories that don't involve the albums really. But anyway, so yeah, this. Solid live album. Obviously it's later in their career, so they have the older voices and stuff. But I think they sound really good here. The band sounds really great on this album. Really good set list. The album starts with Last Train to Clarksville, then you have Sunny Girlfriend, Mary Mary, You Told Me, For Pete's Sake, The Door into Summer, You Just May Be the One, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, The Girl I Knew Somewhere, Birth of an Accidental Hipster, which that's really cool that they did some of the songs off Good Times, St. Matthew, which is really cool because I don't think I even have that on another Monkees album. As we go along, Circle Sky, Pleasant Valley Sunday, Papa Jean's Blues, Randy Scouse Get, Tapioca Tundra, Me and Magdalena, which is really cool to have a live version of that, Auntie's Municipal Court Going Down, Sweet Young Thing, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, Daydream Believer, which sung by Mickey on here, and it sounds pretty good actually. I like that version a lot. And listen to the band, and I'm a Believer. So yeah, just a great set list. I don't really have a lot to say about this album in terms of it like as an album. It's just a great set list. The band sounds really good. Mike and Mickey sound pretty good, even though older voices. And I'm sure there's probably been a little bit of stuff kind of fixing some things here and there, but that's just kind of the way it goes, I guess. Yeah, really good late period kind of live album from them. Great set list. I think like as far as live album goes, I kind of prefer the 1968 Monkees live or 1967 Monkees live album because I like hearing them playing their instruments and them live as they were back in the 60s. But this is definitely a more polished album, and it really has like a kind of better set list. So I'd say that that's like the more authentic album and probably the more like significant live album to get. But if you're looking for like a really enjoyable live album experience and a live album that's kind of like a greatest hits, then this is definitely where you want to go for that. So yeah, good solid live album to kind of I guess end their career. So yeah, I would recommend this to pretty much anybody that likes the Monkees. It's basically like a greatest hits live.